Just, it wasn't the prettiest game. Southern really makes it a physical with their aggressiveness defensively and their press. But just proud that, again, we found ways to win through a lot of different things. So we found a way tonight. A lot of different people stepped up. These two sitting to my left were big time, to make plays when we needed to. I thought we improved in some areas from last game, but still, just got to continue to find that consistency defensively, and then also just handling when teams are really, really physical in the half court and in the full court. I thought we actually, same with Southern Indiana, I thought we did a good job really with the press for the most part, had some turnovers, but it was more in the half court when they're just really jumping and being physical on their hedges.
Go ahead and raise your hand. We'll get your microphone for questions for Kendall Bostic or Jasmine Brown-Hagger.
Jasmine, I guess just what's allowed you to, kind of adapt to that, being a ball handler, especially with some injuries to key players, that's allowed you to be so successful at that?
It's really credit to all of my teammates and my coaches, just instilling that confidence and just knowing that they have my back whenever there's a mistake made. I think we just all pick each other up in the right way. So, it's just next play mentality, just, keep going.
Just for both of you, it was a physical game today. How do you navigate that knowing, this might be allowed on this end of the court? Maybe, some actions are not, permitted?
Yeah, I think we kind of take it as a way to prepare us for Big Ten play, because all the teams in the Big Ten are super physical, and they're physical in their own way. So I think these games have been really physical, and I think it's been good for us, especially with the amount of new guys that we have, to kind of get them used to the physicality and stuff like that. So I think we just kind of look at it as a learning opportunity going forward.
Yeah, to piggyback off of KB, I just think, Coach Green instills in us, one way. And, on offense, there's no excuses. At the end of the day, the ball has to get into the basket. So just kind of playing through it. And then, obviously, in the Big Ten, we're going to see a lot more physical, bigger post players. So just kind of adapting to that and just always being ready for that kind of physicality. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Kendall, you've been on teams with maybe not a lot of depth, and what do you think of how this bench is starting to develop now, especially when you get Makaira back and Gretchen back?
Yeah, it's been great. Everyone on that bench is a sponge. They absorb everything, and you're really starting to see some of that development now in practice, especially with I'm with the post players more obviously. So Haven and Barry, Barry's just kind of come alive since she came back, and you see everything clicking with Haven now, which is awesome. Since she'll be a little bit bigger of a big that can bang around down low, and getting everyone acclimated to the system and just kind of flowing with the game. And I think now we're at the point where we're able to put people in and it doesn't affect the flow of the game, which at first it kind of does, and that's expected with new people. But I'm really proud of everyone that they're coming off and we're adding to the fuel on the fire, as Coach says. So we're able to add, it doesn't take away.
Back here for either of you, I'm wondering if you can tell me what Makaira provides even when she can't play. It looks like in the huddle she's very vocal and active and helps out plenty even when she can't be on the court.
Yeah, she provides a lot of insight on the bench. She's a point guard, obviously, first, so she sees a lot of things that maybe we're all not seeing on the court. So just having her kind of there talking to us and saying what she sees as a player is really, really helpful.
Jasmine, for you, these minutes you've gotten in the non-conference, what do you feel like you've taken those steps as you've gotten significant minutes?
Can you reword that?
What do you feel like you've taken the bigger steps in your game with the significant minutes that you've gotten through this first part of the season?
I really just feel confidence, and just obviously relying on my teammates and always having them falling back on them. And each and every game you learn from it, and as a team you learn from it. So just coming back and trying to be better than the last game. So.
Kind of along the lines with the bench, you were coming off the bench early when Makaira was healthy. What do you like about how you and the rest of that grouping can add off the bench as Big Ten play starts?
I feel off the bench, we just add that, as KB and Coach just mentioned, just feeling the fire. There's no drop off, and there's always different kind of looks you can look for. This person brings just a little bit more, defensive fire or whatever. We all just, I don't know, I feel we all just gel well together. So, it doesn't matter who's in the game at the time. We're all five. There's one goal, guard the ball, and then push it in transition. So I think that's just what we bring off the bench, and just, some points to, the bench is valuable in some games. So.
Kendall, you got another double-double today. It's your 42nd. What does it mean to you to continue to reach new milestones and achieve new, records here at Illinois?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely super cool. I mean, coming in, this was a program that I wanted to turn around, and I feel like everyone that's came in here, me, Dow, when we first came, and then the coaching staff and everyone else has really, really been able to do that. So, and I think, the system that we have right now allows me to do that, and so credit to that. But, it is pretty cool. A little selfishly, it is pretty cool to kind of have those and just kind of chase those. And it always helps me to have something to chase, just to help me kind of keep going, working always towards something. Because I feel like if you don't have anything to work for, then why are you playing? So just kind of having that mindset, but it is pretty cool.
Jazz, whether it be you or Dahlia driving to the basket, there was a few times where Coach Green says that could have been an N1, right? What does that say about the effort that you guys try to make scoring inside? Like you'll drive to the basket, you'll get fouled, two shots at the line, and Coach Green will say, Jazz, that could have been an N1, right? What does that mean? Like, what is that saying about your effort inside and what she wants out of you?
I mean, when we just go to the basket, just be more under control and taking our time going up. And, Coach Green knows we can do that, so that's why she's telling us, that could have been an and one. So I think just the next possession, just take your time, go up, and just put the ball in the basket.
Jazz, especially in the first half, just what allowed you to have so much success, especially maybe with the team kind of struggling to score a little bit?
Everything I got was off of a team effort, whether it was just someone got an offensive rebound, we threw it around the arc, and, I was the one open because it was a double team. So just kind of playing out with, playing off of my teammates' effort and, just being the one that was open to shoot it confidently is what kept the momentum going in the first half.
Seems like Adalia just had really great energy today, like would make a basket and would smile, just brought a lot of energy. What's that like to coach, and what is it like for the players, to play with?
It's so fun. She's just like, you never know what you're going to get from her in terms of that. And so it's pretty fun to see her get excited, and when she's excited, she's in a good headspace, which means we're going to be better on the court. But yeah, that's just Dal.
Yeah. She's just a light in the gym, and when she's, when she has that energy, we all bounce off of it, because it's kind of like, it's goofy too. So it's kind of like, all right, we know we can be goofy and we can still be serious at the same time. And I feel like Dow does a really good job of balancing that, and just showing us that it doesn't have to be serious all the time.
Anything else for student athletes?
Kendall, I guess just, maybe what have you kind of learned as a team in this non-conference season, and maybe just kind of dealing with adversity like you have again this non-conference?
Just everyone stepping up and what everyone brings to the table. And I think, we've had to really learn bringing people along a lot faster. And I think a lot of people have had to learn things at a really, really fast pace. And I think we've done a great, great job with that. But just, I think we've handled adversity the best we've handled it since I've been here. I think we just kind of roll with the punches now. I feel like in years past, if we got punched, we just stayed down, and then offense was affecting defense. And I just feel like a lot of those things aren't. And so I feel like we're actually able to play more relaxed basketball. But I think getting everyone quality minutes and minutes in these close games is going to be critical down the road.
Thank you.
Thanks, you too. Be safe. Thanks. Okay. So it was the first year we did it too?
Go ahead and raise your hand and we'll get you a microphone for questions for Coach.
Shauna, you kind of referenced on the broadcast, but just how impressive from Jazz to not, obviously just score as well, but then also take care of the ball like she did in a point guard role that maybe you weren't expecting from her going into the season.
Yeah, that's what that's what I'm most proud of. The 20 points are the 20 points. I know she can score the ball, but even I told her and the team in the locker room, the growth from last game, because she really struggled against that pressure and had a lot of turnovers. And for her to come, she came back, she watched film, she learned, she got in the gym and worked, and then she was so much more confident out there. So that's growth. And you can really see it from one game to the next. It's very tangible, and I think that's amazing to see. Only 2 turnovers tonight. And she was handling the ball a lot. And she's not a point guard. Like, a point guard's a point guard. Like, this is what you grow up doing. And I know she's played it at times, but just so proud of her because we need her. And that's like, you can hear it's all about the team with her. What can she do to help the team? And right now, we need her to play on the ball and help Jen out some, and we need to play off the ball, and we need her to defend at a high level and guard one of the best players on the other team, and then we need her to score. That's a lot, especially for a kid that's new to our program and also someone that was out for a couple weeks herself. So could not be more proud and happy with how she's playing right now and just the growth and also the growth in her mindset.
You mentioned on the radio that it's your second 10-win season before Christmas in 3 years here. I guess, what does that say about your success in the non-conference league and what you're building towards here?
Yeah, I mean, that first year, I don't think we played anyone good, so I don't know if I'm that proud of that, but, I'm always going to be honest. But I'll take 10 wins. Now, this year we scheduled a tough non-conference schedule with great purpose to each game. We are intentional with it. And so I'm really proud of us. I think I said the other day, if you would have told me, at the beginning of the year that we'd be 10-1 in non-conference, I'd take that any day, because I figured you'd probably, you go as a coach and you try to do the old games you may win, and which never works out. Like, I don't know. Every year I tell myself I'm not going to do that stupid game, and then I do it. But yeah, I'm really happy. I thought we could have played a little bit better against Kentucky and maybe got them on a neutral site, but I think that was a great game for us. I still don't really understand or why we were penalized. We've only lost to 2 top 15 teams in the country, and again, I don't care about rankings or any of that stuff, but we've lost to 2 of the best teams in the country. So now we just got to continue to get better and again, I care about how we're playing in Big Ten, and in Big Ten, every single team is good, and the majority of them, half of them, are ranked teams. So we're going to have a ton of opportunities for Quad 1, Quad 2, and it's going to be, we just got to take advantage of them.
Coach, in a game like this, right before the team goes home for Christmas, it can be difficult to lock in. Was the fire that Genesis provided today much needed, you felt like?
Yeah, I told them that, at shoot-around, because these games are always a little worrisome for a coach. And, because I'm like, guys, you can't be halfway on Christmas break and halfway here. So I think they were conscious of it, but I think subconsciously you still, they're excited to go home. They haven't had a break in a long time. So yeah, we needed, I thought in the second and really at halftime we talked about it, and then the third quarter was great, in terms of our defense. We held them to 8 points. We just went on a drought there again, scoring wise. So I thought they all understood, and that's what led to just them making plays when we had to. And from here on out, every single person we play is going to be really, really, really good. And if you come and you don't play well, shoot, you can play well in the Big Ten and lose. That's how good this league is.
I know you came into this 3-game stretch wanting to get the offense. Do you feel like you're closer to that now, or?
Yeah, I was, but we only scored 69 points today. But I also have to they really make the game ugly, and they're, I told the refs through the game, they could have called a foul literally on every possession. They were that physical with us. They really took us out of a lot of things we wanted to do. So we got to get better with that and being able to handle. They did a great job on switching up ball screen coverage and really being physical with us on that. So that was good for us, though. It was good learning. So yes and no to your question.
Kind of a two-parter. What do you think of how the bench has come along? And obviously Makaira and Gretchen would, in different ways, probably impact that. And how is your trust building with going to the bench?
My trust from, even 3-4 games ago to now has, it's grown so much. I think Barry's now, proven that she can come in, and I knew she could, but it's minutes, right? And just getting that experience, and again, getting different, even in her 4 games she's played in, they've all kind of been a different style. and we've been able to play her at different positions. So I think she's been great. And I really think Corey is someone now that I just told her too, and told the team, she's had her best week of practice in her career. And you've seen that in the last game. She had really good minutes, and then tonight she had really good minutes. So I know you look at her box score and you may not see it, but I see it, and I know what I see every day. So she's made strides, and it's at some point, Haven's gonna have to be ready to go because we're gonna face a bigger team. Even tonight, we really had to play 4 guards more often because they were just going 4 out one end and spreading us. So, Bryn didn't even play as many minutes as she normally would, just kind of because of the action. So, all those guys, everyone's going to have to be ready because you just don't know with kind of our injuries.
We saw a bit of a taller lineup today with Barry, Kendall, and Bryn. Is that something that you can, try and put out there more against the Big Ten opponents who might be a little taller?
Yeah, and that's what's great about Barry and her versatility. She has length, great size. She can play the 3, she can play the 4. So now, again, we can go 6'1", 6'3", 6'1", which we haven't been able to do that in a long time. So that's that length and that height that, again, if we would have a Gretchen healthy and then, our normal lineup, now we really can have some bigger, stronger guards. So, no, I think that her versatility is really, really key for us going into Big Ten.
Coach, I asked your players this too, but I was wondering if you can tell me about the value that Makaira provides even when she can't play.
Yeah, like they said, she's a point guard. She's been in our system for 5 years. She understands what we need, what we want. And I keep telling her, whether you're in practice, on the sideline, or in a game, we need you to be engaged. We need you to be vocal. And because you just see so much. Unfortunately, you see more on the sideline when you're out, but it is good learning time. So I'm proud of her, of how she's, really stepped it up and in the huddle and talking and trying to give them insight. Because whether you're in the game, we're all in this together and we all can help each other. So I'm always talking to them about that. And I think she's done a good job with that of giving good insight and information.
In a Big Ten that could have, 10 plus teams maybe make the NCAA tournament, just, the next 2 games at home against Oregon and Washington, bigger picture, just how important is that kind of stretch to finish out the year?
Yeah, it's huge, right? I'll say that for every game. Every Big Ten game is just so important. Every game's going to be, you're going to feel like it's the most important game because it is. That's the only one you can worry about. And especially like I've said all year and I've told our team, home court in this league, you got to really try to defend your home court. It's gold. You got to take care of that. And obviously, Oregon and then Washington are really important to start, especially since we had that road game and our 0-1. Because I'll say it again, this league is so tough, and you can play really well and still not win a basketball game. And that's, as a coach, that's always a little, sometimes worrisome. But it's also the great thing about our league. It's the best league in the country.
I know a couple weeks ago when we talked, you said maybe Big Ten play was really important to have her ready for that in 8 days. Do you get a sense that maybe her and Makaira might be more available, I guess, coming out of that, or is it too early to tell?
Yeah, I don't know, Joey. Believe me, I wish I knew more. We just got to kind of wait and see. So, but we're gonna, you guys know, and our team knows, whoever's available, we're gonna come out, we're gonna fight, and next woman up. And that's what I said. I think you or one of you guys asked me in media the other day, what have you learned about this team? And one of the things I've learned from this team is that we can handle adversity a hell of a lot better than what we have the 2 years. We've been dealt a lot, and it sucks and it's frustrating for all of us and for the kids that are hurt. But that's life, and we got to continue to work and roll up our sleeves, and no one's going to feel sorry for us. So whoever we have available, we're going to come and we're going to compete like crazy and try to go 1-0.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas.